Hello and welcome to V8 DXB. My name is Gaurav. If you're in the market for an EV, but you're conscious of the build quality and you want a good looking car, you don't have a lot of options. However, your favorite car brand, which is known for its quality of construction and the quality of the vehicles, Volvo, has just introduced something new. This is the Volvo C40. Now, this car is based on the XC40 with slight modifications that are being done to the back and the sides of this car. It is purely electric. It has over 400 horsepower with dual motors in the front and on the back, making this car a roller coaster car to drive. Not only is this extremely good looking on the outside, it doesn't have any boxy designs. It's a very unconventional looking car from Volvo. Of course, going with the new design philosophy of the Thor headlights, blacked out chromes, blacked out grills everywhere. This is a very striking car to have a look at whether you're driving down the road or if it's just parked on the parking lot. Now, the design philosophy of the C40 is a very sports coupe type of philosophy. You see these raking lines over here gives this car a very non-conventional look and really sticks by the Volvo's design philosophy that they've been following for the electric cars. On the sides, you've got the standard Volvo lights, which kind of remind you of the larger XC60. And you've got a very nice piano black spoiler over here that makes sure you have enough amount of downforce. Trust me, this car needs it. On the back, you also have these really nice vents that's giving you furthermore on the downforce. And it's a very beautiful looking car from the back, and you can see that Volvo has really put a lot of effort into making this a rugged people mover. You've got all the black trims over here, making sure that you have plastics on this part of the thing. And of course, being a Volvo, you have a plethora of airbags, safety equipments, and everything else that you can imagine. Now, the rims and wheels are wrapped with Continental wheels, which give this car enough amount of grip. And what I really like is you put all of these black claddings over here. And the other thing that Volvo has really put into perspective is the amount of ground clearance that Volvo has given on these cars. It's no silly move by any chance. It can handle some amount of off-roading as well. Most electric cars have the storage under the hood because obviously there is no engine. The C40, however, disappoints on this front. As you can see, there isn't much space up front over here. So the entire front end seems to have been wasted. There's a lot of more storage that you get on other electric, for example, Tesla. Let's talk about the interior of this C40. Driving this car is very unique because it's all electric from Volvo. But let's talk about the interior build quality and functionality that Volvo has put into this. I'm just going to reduce the AC a little bit. The easy entry and exit is very sought after. You just sit in the car with the key. If you want to start the car, put your leg on the brake and you put it on drive and the car just turns on. What I really like about this car is how well the entire interior is built and what the layout and everything looks like. You've got an Android screen over here that gives you all the details that you need about the car, what the car is doing, including a lot of things that's related to Android Auto and including range assistance as well, which tells you what part of the car is using the most amount of battery. Really nice display on the front, which gives you a very clear indication of the speed, the RPM, which gear you're in, and all of the other interesting stuff as well. Steering wheel is very light and it's got a very nice feel to it on your 9s and 6. Got good steering wheel controls, very user-friendly the way Volvo has designed this. Fun fact about these textures over here, this is actually the topography of the place where the designer of the car grew up in. You also get an amazing sound system from Harman Kardon, which makes sure that you get entertained throughout your entire drive. The other thing that interestingly Volvo has done with the electric industry that's going on is these seats are not leather, these seats are vegan leather. So keeping in mind with the neutrality, with the carbon neutrality, Volvo has gone a step further and made sure that the car is as eco-friendly as possible. The only thing that I don't like about the interior is this sunroof up here. There's no shade, there's no cover, and for someone like me who always keeps feeling hot, I don't like the sun that's hitting me directly over here. I wish Volvo would put a sunshade or an electric fade so you can close this when you're not driving it. There's a lot of other interesting tech as well, like the piano black section over here, backlined with chrome, and you've got your touch screens, touch buttons to switch on and off these lights. And very clearly laid out volume system over here, so you don't have to fiddle around 10 different buttons to increase or decrease the volume, and a very straightforward track changing selection as well, which is also can be done from the system over here, but it's given over here independently as well, just to give it that flexibility. Gear knob looks nice, doesn't take a lot of space in the center console. Two really good center console spaces, cup holders, and you also got a wireless charger. Now you see, when we were filming this car, we were filming it behind a roller coaster. The reason being, driving this car is like driving a roller coaster. I've got an empty stretch of road in front of me, and I'm going to gun it just to show you what this car is capable of doing. There you go, my camera guy just went back with this thing. And we're at 100. And that's really fast for a car like this to be reaching speeds of 100. And not only is this car extremely fast, but it also helps you keep that speed with the with the dual motors that the car has. That much power, it needs a lot of responsibility to drive this car in the same way. As they say, a lot of responsibility comes when you have a powerful car like this. Now, this car being all electric gives you all the power. The power is instant, and it does take some amount of self-control to make sure that you don't go berserk driving on the roads. However, having said that, under normal driving circumstances, under city driving circumstances, the car just drives flawlessly, and it also has regenerative braking, i.e. when you lift the accelerator and you start to go on the brake, the car's battery starts charging automatically. With aggressive driving and a little bit of city and highway driving mixed, in 4 days we've used about 60% of the range of the car, and it seems to be holding up really well. So the battery life of the car is not something to be very concerned about. Overall, it's a great driving experience, but you need to have a lot of self-control to drive this car.